Hello, I'm Jonathan Lowe with the law firm of Lowe, Mobley, Lowe and LeDuc. And today I want to talk to you about a topic that involves, unfortunately, some serious injury cases or wrongful death cases that we've had the opportunity to represent people over the last 50 years. When we investigate those accidents, we first want to ascertain if there's liability insurance coverage, and there should be in the state of Alabama since it's mandatory. But we also want to know if our client has purchased what's called uninsured motorist coverage. Now, today I want to speak with you about the 5 reasons why you should have uninsured motorist coverage. Simply, what uninsured motorist coverage is an insurance policy or an insurance endorsement you can purchase that will basically insure you for the negligent acts or wanton behavior of someone that doesn't have any insurance, that'd be uninsured, or someone that has liability insurance but just not enough, i.e. someone that's underinsured. Some facts that you might want to know in considering buying or acquiring uninsured motorist coverage is that in the state of Alabama, 19.5% of the drivers who are driving today are uninsured. So if you look at those odds, you've got a 2 in 10 chance if you're involved in an automobile accident, basically 20% chance of you being struck or injured by someone without insurance. Now, the important part of that is your insurance agent, when you buy your liability insurance for your car or cars, will offer this coverage to you. You can accept it or you can reject it. But the one thing that your insurance agent probably will not tell you is that there are other limits that you can purchase other than the basic limit, which is $25,000 per person, $50,000 per occurrence. So you might want to buy $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, or even $500,000. But what they will often not tell you is that uninsured motorist is the cheapest coverage that you can purchase. So the cost of it for those additional benefits is de minimis in most cases. So the second reason why it is important for you to have uninsured motorist coverage is this. Oftentimes when we have clients that are seriously injured, or caused to be killed in an automobile accident, there are an enormous amount of medical bills that they incur. The current state of the law is that your health insurance provider or the other health care provider that is providing those services, they're entitled to be reimbursed for those medical expenses from that liability tortfeasor that caused you those injuries. So often what happens is when clients don't have any uninsured motorist, and let's say, for example, a liability driver has minimal limits under the law in Alabama, which is $25,000 per person or $50,000 per occurrence, there's simply not enough insurance to reimburse and pay for your medical bills. And if you obtain enough insurance coverage, then you would have excess amounts that could be used to compensate you for lost wages, pain and suffering, and mental anguish as a result of the accident that you may have been involved in or the wrongful death case for which a family member may have incurred. The third reason why you should purchase or acquire uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage is the misnomer that many people have. Well, I have liability insurance, so it provides me coverage. Well, that's not what the liability insurance coverage is for, and your insurance agent should explain that to you. In the event that they don't, what you should know is this. The liability insurance only protects you for your liability to another driver in an automobile accident. It provides no coverage for yourself, for your own injuries, or for a passenger in your vehicle. And for that reason, it is very important that you should obtain and purchase uninsured or uninsured motorist coverage on every vehicle that you own. All right, so the fourth reason why you should purchase uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage is what we call stacking. So in the state of Alabama, if you have multiple cars and you've purchased uninsured motorist coverage on each of those vehicles, and let's say for example you have 3, and you have one policy and all cars are insured under that one policy, and you have $25,000 for each vehicle. Well, under that example in Alabama, you could stack those 3 policies, which would give you $75,000 worth of insurance coverage rather than $25,000. Now, there's one other important thing about stacking in Alabama is when you have what we call multiple car policies. Let's say you have multiple cars. Let's say you have two policies with three vehicles on each policy. Because it's two separate policies, then under Alabama law, you would not be limited to the three stacks. You would be entitled to take advantage of all six. So rather than having $75,000 worth of coverage in the previous example, that would allow you to have the opportunity to have up to $150,000 per person in that example. Now, the last reason, which is number 5, that you should have uninsured motorist coverage is simply this. Uninsured motorist coverage is basically you protecting yourself against everyone else on the road. There is no other coverage available to you that provides that kind of protection. No, it doesn't provide for damage to your vehicle, and it doesn't provide for liability, but it is the only coverage available to you or your family that provides you the coverages that you need. Proven, trusted, and local. That has been our mission here at Low Mobley Low on the Duke since 1972. So if you or someone you know is in need of legal representation, please call me at 205-486-5296 and we'll set up your initial free consultation.